The decision by the Spencer family to pass Althorp House, the childhood estate of Princess Diana, to Prince Louis instead of Archie Harrison has generated significant public interest. This choice, intertwined with centuries of royal heritage and contemporary family dynamics, underscores deeper implications for Meghan Markle, Prince Harry, and their children, Archie and Lilibet. It also opens up debates on how royal traditions reconcile with modern-day values. Althorp House, the ancestral seat of the Spencer family, is emblematic of deep-rooted legacy. It carries an intrinsic connection to Princess Diana, whose memory is venerated worldwide. For many, it is more than just an estate. It represents a lineage marked by influence, tragedy, and an enduring impact on public consciousness. Princess Diana's untimely death solidified her as a global figure of empathy and grace, making the choice of who would inherit her childhood home symbolically loaded. By designating Prince Louis, the youngest son of Prince William and Kate Middleton, as the future custodian, the Spencer family is reaffirming its alignment with the main branch of the royal family. This decision has implications that stretch beyond property rights, touching on themes of unity, status, and proximity to royal obligations. It also subtly reinforces the demarcation between those within the monarchy's sphere of influence and those who have stepped away from it, like Meghan and Harry. For Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, this move could deepen the perceived rift between them and the British royal establishment. Already estranged following their 2020 decision to step back from royal duties, the couple has since built a life in California, carving a narrative distinct from that of their royal counterparts. Yet, Archie and Lilibet remain the grandchildren of King Charles III and carry the bloodline associated with both the Windsor and Spencer families. By bypassing Archie, the choice potentially severs a tangible link to his heritage, making the gesture more pointed than merely a logistical or administrative decision. The exclusion of Archie from this legacy prompts questions about the principles guiding the royal family's inheritance practices. Historically, birthright and succession have defined the distribution of wealth and titles within aristocratic circles. The selection of Prince Louis, not the eldest of William's children, could be viewed as a departure from strict primogeniture, showcasing how modern royal practices adapt to contemporary dynamics. Nonetheless, the overlooking of Harry's son may be interpreted as a nod to public perceptions of allegiance, where closeness to the crown remains paramount. Public reactions are bound to reflect the complexities of these intertwined histories. Princess Diana's image remains potent, evoking admiration across generations. That her legacy would be passed to one of William's children rather than Harry's son suggests an alignment that prioritizes perceived loyalty to the throne. It also sparks questions about inclusivity within the monarchy, a theme Meghan has openly discussed in interviews about her experiences within the royal fold. The symbolic handover to Prince Louis not only affects the Sussexes, but positions him as a future steward of Diana's enduring narrative. Unlike his older siblings, George and Charlotte, Louis stands apart as the inheritor of a property so intimately linked with Diana's personal story. This appointment suggests a fresh approach to how the royal family distributes historically significant estates, potentially signaling a shift in how traditions adapt or resist evolving social expectations. Critically, the decision casts a shadow over Archie and Lilibet's connection to their British roots. For Archie, being passed over in such a high-profile manner may influence his understanding of his lineage and heritage. Growing up outside the royal inner circle, the exclusion from Althorp adds another layer to the potential disconnect from the traditions and legacies associated with his grandmother. The story touches on broader implications for the monarchy's public image. It raises questions about how the institution navigates the divide between upholding legacy and evolving to align with contemporary values. The royal family has long grappled with how to balance the weight of history with modern expectations, especially amid growing calls for inclusivity and fairness. Decisions like this one are telling about where the institution sees itself heading, upholding traditional values while subtly adapting them to current needs. In the backdrop of this transfer lies an implicit challenge to the notion of equity within the royal structure. Does choosing Prince Louis reinforce a hierarchy where proximity to current royal duties outweighs broader familial connections? The answer may influence public perception of how well the royal family embodies the principles of unity and progression they seek to project. Finally, the decision will likely spur further scrutiny of how the monarchy distributes assets and titles. In bypassing Archie, the gesture may be seen as a reinforcement of the Sussexes' semi-detached status from royal life, highlighting how the monarchy continues to navigate its complex blend of familial relationships and public duty. As the story unfolds, it may ignite further discussion about how legacy, both in material and symbolic terms, is handled in an era where public sentiment can weigh as heavily as royal tradition.